I say smash, you say the patriarchy. Smash!
The patriarchy!
Smash!
The patriarchy!
I say boycott cheaply made, unethically produced goods. You say such statements, while exciting, are inherently classist, based on they are as the assumption of disposable income, and are as such an unstable foundation to build any kind of long-term anti-capitalist action. Boycott cheaply made, unethically produced goods.
Such statements are awful.
Anti-capitalism.
Yeah, that went better than I expected. Yeah, this is my first time doing stand-up, so I thought I'd... oh yes. Much to my wife's dismay. So I thought I'd start off with some more traditional sort of gags, puns, jokes you've heard before. Don't want to take too many risks, so bit of observational comedy as well. Right, what's the worst type of bread? This Sainsbury's Basics, medium sliced white. Yeah, you're students, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Why did the chicken cross the road? Well, it's ultimately unknowable, but we can be fairly certain that its impulses are based somewhere on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Probably around the bottom, where you've got physiological needs, such as air, shelter, water, food, sleep, sex. Maybe up as high as social needs, friendship and family. It's quite unlikely that it would be self-actualization or esteem, the higher points on the triangle. Doctor, I feel like a pair of curtains. Well, yeah, the tumour is pressing on the parietal lobe, so some sensory hallucinations to be expected. As the treatment progresses, they should diminish. If they persist, I can prescribe an antipsychotic. My dad's got no nose. How does he smell? Well, he's still got two apertures in the end of his snout. A lot of the internal workings are still there. His sense has been reduced to about 30% of its normal. His other sensors slightly heightened to compensate. My mother-in-law, she's actually wonderful, she's kind and generous, but her low self-esteem led her to make a series of increasingly unfortunate choices in men. Until she figured stuff out a few years ago, and it's good now. She's with a really nice guy. Why does the Queen have two birthdays? One is to mark the birth of a human body. The second, to mark the day it was entered by the spirit of an extra-dimensional reptilian alien. He was right about all those paedophiles in the 70s, so... Bit of a David Icke probably there. I got it! There we go. That punchline actually stole from Josie Long. Credit where credit's due. Here we go. And lo, the angel Gabriel descended onto the mountaintop in a pillar of fire and spake unto Moses, "This Sabbath you will build the flat-pack bookcase you purchased a score of seasons past. The Lord your God has set aside your observances, so this may be so." A shelf-fulfilling prophecy. Stand-up comedy. I'm English.
Woo!
Well, I timetabled for 15 seconds of booze there, so try and fill the time. One of the things I love about Wales and the Welsh, if you set your Twitter trending topics location to Cardiff, Wales and Welsh are trending 24/7. That's because the Welsh have got a lot to be proud of. Yeah. It's a fine race. A 1,000-year tradition of language and poetry. Arthur's children. In the Welsh's hearts is song. The English, we're wretched. We are miserable. We are pitiful. I did marry an English girl, despite my hatred of the English. Not like the Illuminati, like trying to keep bloodlines pure and stuff. Just so, if I ever did want to breed, it wouldn't spread. Yeah, the Welsh, very proud race. Unlike the Scottish, apparently, who really fucking hate being Scottish. They're quite happy being English. No, it's true. We don't have culture like you've got in Wales. The English are very jealous of cultures. All we have is a list of cultures we've smashed up, like jealous children. All the kids, all the laser guns for Christmas, all the electronic drum kits. Oh, we got fuck all. So we go around the world and we smash them up. We knock them out of people's hands and I wonder why no one wants to play with us. And why the toys don't work anymore. It'd be nice to have a culture. Yeah. So, we've done that to you, the Welsh. I don't know actually how many of you are Welsh. Well, right, okay. Very underrepresented, because I mean, the Welsh, if you didn't know, have the highest suicide rates in the UK. Because Thatcher come and twatted all your industry, didn't she? The south of Wales is just this desolate, grey, urban, post-industrial wasteland, just full of, now it's just got Wetherspoons and shaking men in it. That's because Wales has never had a Tory majority, apparently. So, they just thought it was time for some payback. Scotland, on the other hand, preaches all that socialist paradise. 1912 till 1964, Tory majority. That's why they're getting all the perks now, you know? They put in their collaborators. Honestly, no, I'm not racist, some of my best friends are Scottish. Like, they're internet friends, they're not real friends. I'm mostly sort of bitter, because I spent last Friday, incredibly miserable about the result of the referendum. I got really excited for the possibility of change, for a different way of doing things. And it's not, I shouldn't really sort of go on my high horse about it, because it is human tendency, it's natural human desires to resist change, to be scared of change. And I was thinking in the shower, you're angry, James, you're miserable. You should do something important with this. You could channel this into your writing. You could change people's lives. You could take a show on the road. You could make people happy. You could foment change. You could make this happen. What a prick. Who actually thinks that? Who thinks that things can change? Imagine the pomposity it would take to be in your shower and think, yeah, I can change the world with a song. I can change the world with a joke. Yeah. See, what I did is aiming to prick my own pomposity, I overshot into this chasm of self-loathing. And it was bad. And that's not a joke. That happened. So, there we go. Can art change things? And there's a huge tradition in literature, dystopian literature. And you all know your 1984s, your Matrixes, your evil futures and all that. You ever read a book set in a utopia? No?
What about Utopia?
It's because no one gives a shit, isn't it? It's not interesting. There's a few people who do believe that art can change the world, that you can do positive things and create a positive world around you, and hippies basically. A prime example here for you. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this, but everyone knows this one anyway. This is the classic. I was about to start already in that. Go on, imagine it. Oh, it's easy if you try. It's so passive aggressive. Yeah, some people aren't as imaginative as you as John. So, I've got to lay off. That's better. But no hell. That's good. I mean, I'm all for that. I mean, heaven would be nice. But hell, shitty, isn't it? You know what, I don't really want that. That's a bit reductive, isn't it? Above us only sky. It's a fucking infinite universe out there. That sort of reductive worldview is sort of has a lot in common with the basic religious dogmas he's sort of railing against. In the first few lines of the song, it's not very internally consistent, is it? All of them. It's not that easy. I mean, 7 fucking billion of them. I mean, maybe there was what, 5-6 billion when he wrote it. The human brain can hold about 7 bits of information simultaneously. Right? You'd need 1 billion brains to imagine 7 billion people. I mean, he did take a lot of acid and lie in a bed with Yoko. I mean, if they set their mind to it, the 2 of them, they could maybe, like, imagine 60 people. And I think ultimately that's why people don't like hippies. And that's why people don't think art can change the world, because they're just lazy and stupid, aren't they? And they think, well, I've got all this money, all this power. I'm just going to lie in bed, it's going to stop a war, isn't it? I'm going to lie in bed until Vietnam's over. Or whatever war it was. Does anyone know which war it was?
It was Vietnam.
Vietnam, okay. It's very poorly researched, this set. Yeah. So, I don't know how long I've been. Has it been over 10 minutes yet? Okay. Well, I basically only really have one more joke, which is good. That was coming up to me. Okay. It's not so much a joke as just a piece of advice for students, and a terribly stupid thing that happened to me. I mean, most of you are students or ex-students. Are there any freshers here? Well, they are the audience for this joke, because the only real bit of advice that I could give to students is when I moved to university, I read that all the essays were supposed to be double-spaced. That's a bit weird. How do they read that? That's odd. So I wrote my essay. I tried to train myself to put 2 spaces after every word. And after a few hundred words, I thought, this isn't working. I've forgot as many as I've put in. So I'll wait till I was finished. And I went back and I put a space in between every single word. Left all the actual line spacing that they were talking about, single spaced. And I didn't find out that was wrong for about 6 months. So, oh, actually, one thing happened to me today. I was walking through Lampeter. Represent, yeah. School was kicking out. Bus driver passed. The kid waving. So I waved back. He's not waving at me. Scratch my face. Yeah. That event is only 4 or 5 hours old. So that's a really fresh joke for you there.
fresh humiliation is the best.
Well, that's the best kind of humiliation.
Definitely.
You don't want humiliation that's been sat on the shelves for a
No.
few weeks getting mouldy. No. I think I'm done now.
Hey.